How to build your resume. How to build your resume. If you are going to the job market, please take note. These are my recommendations. You don't have to go by what I'm saying, but these are my recommendations. Number one, leverage on the skill or environment that you have worked in. I know some people finish a business analyst training or some form of IT training and they want a brand new resume that's going to talk about their experience in what they've learned. But they fail to integrate what they've learned with what they've been doing or the industry that they've been doing. So that's the number one thing when you're building your resume, leverage your previous experience. Number two, your company, the organization you've worked for. I'm going to just put this out. The company you've worked for, retain them same way that you have it there. Put the same company that you've worked for. The only thing that could change could be the job functionality. You could change the job functionality into an IT business analyst functionality based on what you've understood. This will help you in terms of references. If they want to do reference check, have you worked for this company? Sure, you have worked for the company. Not putting brand new company on your resume or the company that you haven't worked for. There might be some special occasions, but I will recommend that you talk to whoever is working on your resume or building your resume to ask those questions. But if you are building your resume, leverage on the companies you work for. You can just change the responsibilities and functionality or position that you hold there to mirror your IT business analyst training. That is how you build your resume. Number 3 point there is everything you've learned in this webinar at some capacity, let them reflect on your resume. Number one, 3.1 is make sure there's an application on your resume that you've worked on. Number two part there, make sure there is a SQL functionality, database functionality project that you work on. Number three, part of that 3.3 is make sure that you have soft skills on your resume. Those BA tools that we mentioned, make sure they reflect on your resume. Number four is you don't really need certification or your degree is not. Some companies, let me put it this way, some companies want that degree. Yes, they want to see it reflect that. Why some company, you can get a job even if your degree is not on your resume. Certifications are important in the IT industry. Obtain certifications is good. It shows some element of learning and some element of professionalism. Okay. And in your resume, number four thing I want to mention that in your resume, you don't have to put as many companies. For a starter, you want to go into the IT industry, I would recommend if you want to start, there's no entry level. If you're looking for entry level, you're not going to find it. Entry level is meant for college folks. It's meant for university folks, graduates that are just fresh out of college, or companies going to college to go do recruiting. Those are the people that will come in as entry level. If you are applying for a job as a professional, not from college, not from a university, you're not going to find any entry level. So stop looking for entry level job as an IT business analyst or a functional business analyst. You won't find it. You have to come in with experience. So you have to declare that you have experience. So your level of experience determines how you can defend your resume. So whoever is working on your resume, speak to that person, let them interview you so that they can kind of like measure your level of experience. Number five, if you are going to the IT industry as a starter, on your resume, have at least three companies that you've worked for. Let those three companies mirror your years of experience that you've decided to declare on your resume. At least three. Okay. Number six thing I want to talk about is communication. Communication is very, very important. Communication is very, very important. Okay. So when you are communicating, when you finish your resume, study it. Study your resume. If a professional is doing your resume for you, they send you that resume. Study it. Don't just say my resume is ready. Let me start applying, and you have no idea what is on your resume. No, know your resume before you start applying. Do research on things you do not understand before you start applying. Number seven, spend time to study, to do research on your resume. Things, acronyms that are on your resume. It won't take you more than, all these things won't take you more maybe a day or two to do all these things, put them together, and then begin to check these things out. Okay. So that is this is how to build your resume. Also, you can go online. Lastly, you can go online and look for IT business analyst template or ideas of how a resume should look like. If for you guys that are planning to create your own resume yourself, it's time to have an idea how it looks like. Okay.